I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to today's analysis of the news. Gary Stimmer is here to discuss with me the financial situation of the tribulation period as opposed to the financial situation of the millennial reign of Christ.
Well, JR, we're going to be talking about the economy for a few minutes. The economy, it comes from the Greek New Testament word oikonomia, which means stewardship or management of the household. On a grand scale, it means managing the means of production, the finances of a nation. Internationally, it's the global trade and traffic system. And JR, it's shaking right now. Everybody's talking economy. Everybody wants to know what's going to happen. And we find there are two opposing views about the economy. One view says private enterprise is the cure for the economic woes. Let capitalism run free. The other side says, no, we can't do this. We have to control the means of production. We have to redistribute the wealth so that everyone can experience fairness. And so fairness becomes the word of the day. But where I come from, that's socialism.
Now, socialism talks about the redistribution of the wealth. But alongside that comes free health care. Isn't it interesting that those who take the mark of the beast in the book of Revelation all get sick? I mean, that's what the book says.
Well, it does.
They all get sick who took the mark of the beast. So this destroys their health care system.
You know, JR, you can think of money, and the Lord called it mammon, in general, that is the means of production, the systems of trading and saving and investing. This whole thing called mammon can be viewed as legitimate. And Jesus said business is legitimate. He told a parable about a businessman, in fact, about several businessmen, and how it's okay to make profit. On the other hand, Jesus cautioned against regarding money as a god that could absolutely ensure equitability, absolutely ensure health, absolutely ensure inner peace, absolutely ensure blessing. Those are the things that only God can deliver. And Jesus said you must not begin to think of mammon as God. I kind of have the sneaking suspicion, JR, that we've crept into the other camp today.
Yes. Now, the ultimate example of socialism is Russian communism back over the past century. And even Vladimir Putin said in a recent speech that the United States should not get sucked into government control of business because this destroys the incentive of the individual.
Absolutely.
So he knows whereof he speaks, doesn't he?
He does. But on the other hand, the Bible is very, very specific in prophecy, we all know. And I don't think there's a Christian who hasn't heard the term one world government in prophecy.
Yes.
Revived Roman Empire, one world government, Daniel's 10 kings. In other words, the concept that eventually the whole world will be controlled by a business consortium, and their job will be to create at least the illusion of fairness in the midst of war and famine and natural disaster, as we read about in the tribulation period. Book of Revelation, Book of Daniel talks about it. The prophets all speak of this time of economic disruption in which one man will rise and say, I can redistribute wealth. I can bring you health. I can bring you peace and blessing, food. I can restore all that's been lost in this. And people will actually believe him and begin to worship him as a god.
Yeah. Now this mark of the beast, a mark in the right hand or the forehead, will literally be a system of control of the individual. Basically, no one will be free. Everyone will become a slave. You can call it what you want to. You're still a slave. If you cannot buy or sell unless you have the mark, you're a slave. Basically, Gary, let's go to the kingdom of our Lord. Explain what the economy is going to be like in the future Messianic kingdom.
Well, JR, essentially, there's nothing wrong with doing business. The Bible approves of doing business. Our Lord approved of doing business. At a certain point, the global consortium of which we've been speaking will collapse. And Jesus will step out of the heavens. He will take the throne of David and he will administer a righteous kingdom. And there will be business in that kingdom, JR, and it's going to be private enterprise. Isaiah 65:21 and following says, and this is in the kingdom now, and they shall build houses and inhabit them. They shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. Now, if I've ever read a description of capitalism, this is it. You get to produce, and you get to enjoy the profits of that which you produce.
Yeah, they shall long enjoy the work of their hands. Isn't that amazing? And it says they shall not build and another inhabit. In other words, socialism will not be in the kingdom. There will be no socialism there. Now, the Bible is not anti-poor. Don't misunderstand me. We are to help the poor. We are to feed the hungry. We are to help the widow. We are to help those who cannot help themselves. It is true. But at the same time, socialism is not the economy of the kingdom.
JR, when you take God out of the picture, you have to believe in something. And so you construct your own system of equitability. And that system comes under the general heading of socialism. When God is in the picture, you find that men will live in their own homes. They will eat the fruits of their own labor. They'll enjoy the beauties of their own creative work, and they will live in harmony, but only under God.
Yeah. So the kingdom of the Antichrist will be socialism, followed by the kingdom of Jesus the Messiah, capitalism. Fascinating. Well, think about that. I'm J.R. Church and Gary Stearman. Until next time, keep looking up. We'll see you again Monday with our analysis of the news.